Laminate, it's back. In the end of January, I went to the National Flooring Convention, and you know what? There was a ton of laminate there being pushed by the manufacturers. As a matter of fact, last year, I was at the National Flooring Convention, and laminate was being pushed by a lot of the manufacturers. And as a matter of fact, the year before that, same thing. Now, the manufacturers have done such a great job on promoting vinyl plank as this far superior product that everybody looks at laminate as bad. Vinyl plank, good. And it's been really difficult to try to get back into the market with laminate. And I gotta be honest with you, even some of the cheapest laminate is far more superior than the majority of the vinyl plank that's on the market. There's hundreds of different types of vinyl plank out on the market because everybody's gotten into the game. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot of junk out there. This is not your grandma's laminate. It's not your parents' laminate. Laminate has came a long ways. And honestly, water. One of the things that people are concerned about is waterproof, right? I'm telling you that both of these laminates here are waterproof. Water is not gonna seep through that. It's not gonna seep through those joints. This stuff is topically waterproof, and there's actually, this particular stuff right here is also waterproof in the core. This not so much, but it's topically waterproof. You can use laminate in your kitchen. You can use laminate inside your bathrooms now. If you're worried about water getting underneath it, run a bead of silicone around the perimeter so that never happens. Because I gotta tell you, if it happened, whether it was vinyl plank or laminate or vinyl plank, you probably still should take that floor up if you have a major flood. Because it's gonna get trapped under there either way, no matter if it's a vinyl plank or a laminate, but they have you convinced that it's waterproof, right? So it's better. That is just absolutely not true at all. Laminate is more durable on the surface than most vinyl planks out there. Now there are some good vinyl planks out there. I don't want to bash them all. If you get something that's at least 7 millimeters in thickness or 6 millimeters in thickness and above, when you get into a vinyl plank, you're looking at something with some decent quality. Probably never going to have a problem with it, but there's a lot out there that you will have an issue with. Okay, so what laminates are good out there? Well, I'm going to talk to you about 3 of them. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is Mohawk. Mohawk Revwood has 3 different styles. They have Select, Plus, and Premier. Now the difference between those 3, you can see right here on the website. There are some differences between how the plank is designed, but they all 3 of them are still really good products. Now, Select and Plus are only 10 millimeter, Premier is 12 millimeters in thickness. If you are gonna get a laminate, you want something 10 millimeter or above. That is gonna make sure that you're never going to have any problems with moisture, like humidity in the air, that affects your laminate and makes it buckle. The thicker the better with anything, vinyl plank or laminate. Now I got to tell you, Revwood has a lot of realistic look to it. You can see right here in the camera how nice this laminate really looks. The features in it are just amazing. I just want to tell you a little story. Mohawk Revwood, I did a video 5 years ago here on YouTube. You can still see that video right now. I did it at my daughter's house. Now we put this plank in and I walk into that house 5 years later today and it still looks brand new to me. Now my daughter will say, no Dad, there's a couple scratches in it. There's a couple of little dings that the kids did with some toys. And I'm looking around, I can't see them. But that's fine, even if there is. It's nothing that a little marker can't take care of. The floor, the bottom line is what I'm telling you is this floor still looks brand new. Now my daughter has 3 kids, 2 dogs. They live in the country. They don't have a paved driveway. That's all that comes in that house is sand and gravel. And this floor still looks brand new. In my opinion, it still looks brand new. And also, my son-in-law had a ton of problems down in his basement. The drain tile wasn't put in properly. The sump pump went out a couple of times. They had flooding, lots of times where moisture was in the air. It never affected that plank upstairs, not one bit. Never once did it buckle. Also, that floor that he has in that house was not perfect at all. The joists were terrible in it. And we had no other choice but to go over it. And that plank has not been affected by that at all. That locking system on that Mohawk Revwood is so strong The durability of it has, those waves in the floor have never affected it, and it still feels like a solid floor when you walk on it. Now let's go to Mannington. Mannington is another product that I've installed thousands and thousands of square feet of. This is a product that I've always promoted, whether it be their vinyl plank or their laminate. And this comes 10 millimeter and 12 millimeter. Now they have two different styles too. It's called Charter, which is their lower end, and then they also have Restoration. Now the differences again between the two are going to be designs of the plank, like the designs and the patterns, how many patterns, and also some other technologies. You can see the differences on the website. Either one, no matter which one you go through, you're looking at a very good product here. Now, the Restoration, they claim that they have 20 different planks, so you won't see repeats. So it has a realistic look. And I've seen between 12 and 20. Now, that isn't common for Mannington. This is all new stuff because Mannington, as much as I love them and have promoted them, one thing that they've always been behind on, and I've called them out on several times, is they don't have enough patterns. No one wants to see that same knot every other board. They just don't. They want it to look real. And that is what they have done with Mannington and Revwood. Two very good products. Now there's another one that's out on the market, brand new. It's called Arista. Fuette makes this. Now Fuette is a company who makes some superior vinyl plank. I've promoted them for a couple years now. They came out with this laminate. I'm super impressed with it. As a matter of fact, so impressed that I got 1,000 square feet of it, and I'm gonna install it in my basement. I can't wait to share that video with you. And I'm also gonna do a review video on this on my next video, so be checking that out, because this stuff, I just opened up 2 boxes. I couldn't find a repeat of pattern. The stuff is 8 inches wide or 7 inches wide by 6 feet long. It's beautiful. This is it right here. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's almost a 1/2 inch thick, 14 millimeters in thickness. It has a cork backing on it. Really good plank. I haven't installed a ton of it yet, so I really can't promote it, but 100%, but I'm gonna tell you right now that what I've seen so far, great product. That's why I'm sharing it with you. You gotta check out Laminate, guys. Laminates are, again, more superior than most vinyl plank out there. We gotta change the way we think. And one of the things that I wanna tell you right now is that laminates, because of the way that we look at them, the price points on laminates right now are just unreal. Anywhere between $2 to $5 a square foot, you're gonna get yourself a decent laminate. Vinyl plank is pretty much $3 all the way up to $7, $8 for some of their high-end stuff. So this laminate has really a good price point where you can have some affordability there. Go check out laminate before you make your choice between vinyl plank and laminate, and test the two. Test them. See which one's more durable. Now, one of the things with vinyl plank is it's an installer's dream. Everybody thinks that it's a lot easier to install, and back in the day when they first came out with it, it was a lot easier to install than laminate. I wanted to do vinyl plank all day long. That's changed because it's gotten thicker, harder to cut, because they've developed it as we went. And laminate has also been kind of given a bad rap on it's hard to install, and that's not true. It's not. Now, there is a little bit more difficulty around doorways, but if you watch the proper videos like this one right here, I know this one's 67 minutes long, but I'm telling you, if you watch this video from start to finish, it's going to teach you everything you need to know about how to take on a vinyl plank or a laminate installation. Layout is key. Plan to have the plank land in the doorways. That is going to be where your most difficult problems are with installing vinyl plank or laminate. If you can get the layout right, then everything else will go good from there, I promise. So check that out. It's not harder. You just need some proper tools. For example, a good tapping block. Whether it's this one or something similar, get yourself a good heavy duty tapping block to be able to put that plank together. And along the edges, you're going to want to get yourself a pull bar. This is something that you're going to use along the edges to put the plank together. If you don't get a good solid pull bar, you're going to have a hard time getting the plank around the edges together. Whether it's a good vinyl plank or a laminate, get yourself a good pull bar. I'll leave links for all of this below inside the description. Now, my next video that I'm going to share with you is going to be a review on the Fuette Arista. Come and check that out. I think that you're going to be super impressed with what you're going to see. I'm Joe Latender. I want to say thanks for watching. Have a great day.